workers at Piraeus launched a 24-hour strike. They want better working conditions and higher pay. The action will affect services to all Aegean islands. Our correspondent Evangelo Sipsas reports.
The waters in the country's largest port of Piraeus stayed calm on Tuesday as boats and ferries remained docked after unions staged a 24-hour strike. Hundreds of protesters gathered in the center of the port city to show their opposition in what they say are inadequate measures to guard against job insecurity and high energy costs. They say that the system has failed to protect them against inflation.
I work in the docks and came here today to show my opposition. I want a collective labour agreement instead of private contracts that could eliminate me at any time. This also means that my salary could also be cut at any time, and that would be very worrying, especially now with high inflation.
Marching through the passenger terminal of the port of Piraeus, unions demanded the government provide workers in and around the port a safety net against the proposed plans to abolish collective labor agreements in the sector. The ministry decided last year to revise the code of private maritime law after 63 years, claiming that it will improve competitiveness and increase the employment of Greek sea workers, while the unions say the changes could lead to fewer jobs and lower salaries. The unions also point out that Greece has seen record numbers of tourists this year, with boat fares up 50% since last year, but salaries haven't increased at all in the past decade. Since 5:30 in the morning, all workers walked out of their jobs, paralyzing the country's largest port and keeping all ferries at shore. The 24-hour strike action was agreed on Tuesday by the Metal Union, the Shipyards Union, and the Port Workers Union, who have seen their members' salaries shrink while inflation has surpassed 15%.
For those of us who repair these ferries, there hasn't been a single salary increase since 2012. The real problem is I've seen a decrease in my salary during the financial crisis, and now that everything is going up, my salary stays the same. How can I live?
It is the second such protest in less than a year, where dock workers have protested over working conditions and high costs. Last January, unions clinched a new collective labor agreement and saw a wage increase by 3%. But as the country is experiencing high energy costs and inflation, if the two sides do not come to an agreement, unions are threatening more and longer strikes. Evangelo Sipsas for CGTN from the port of Piraeus.